Hello and welcome back, Illumineers. In this video we're going to be covering all the new cards coming out in Into the Inklands in the ink color of Amethyst. We will start with the legendaries in Amethyst. Our first one is Jafar, Striking Illusionist. Cost 7 is Inkable, a 4/5 questing for 1, has Shift 5, Evasion, and the ability Power Beyond Measure. During your turn, while this character is exerted, whenever you draw a card, gain 1 lore. If you know anything about Amethyst, you know that the decks all draw an insane amount of cards. People are already talking about how powerful of a card this is and how it may just take over the meta of all the decks. I agree with it. I think it's going to be very powerful, but I think the easiest way to deal with it is just some targeted removal. At 5 willpower, it's not a crazy amount, and costing 7, still shifting for 5 is still a lot. It'll take a couple turns to get there, so maybe a hyper aggro deck or a deck with a lot of targeted removal will be able to take care of this Jafar. But other than that, still a very powerful card. The other legendary in Amethyst is Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, a 2/3 costing 5 that is inkable and quests for 2. The first ability is Dark Knowledge. Whenever this character quests, you may draw a card, already playing into the draw themes of Amethyst. The second ability is Divination. During your turn, whenever you draw a card, you may move 1 damage counter from a chosen character to a chosen opposing character. So again, plays into the overarching draw theme of Amethyst and gives some more protection to your other characters. This will pair very well with Teeth and Ambition, so you'll be dealing damage to your own characters and then to others, and then draw a card when you quest and move some of that damage you just did to your own characters. Our first super rare is Alice T. Alchemist. Costing 6 is inkable for a 4/4 that quests for 2. Additionally, has the ability Curiouser and Curiouser. You may exert her, and then exert chosen opposing character and all other opposing characters with the same name. So if you have an opponent who plays a lot of the same character and wants to have a lot of them out, this will then allow you the option of taking them all out in one turn. Next, in the super rare slot, we have Genie, Support a Friend. Cost 4 is not inkable for a 3/5 that quests for 1. Additionally, has the ability 3 Wishes. Whenever this character quests, you may shuffle this card into your deck to draw 3 cards. So that plays into the draw theme and allows you to filter stuff out. Honestly, a really solid ability that I haven't seen and I kind of enjoy. Next, we have Magica Dispel, the Midas Touch. Cost 7, non-inkable for a 4/6 that quests for nothing, and then additionally can shift for 5 and has the ability All Mine. Whenever this character quests, gain lore equal to the cost of one of your items in play. So this, I actually built a Amethyst and Sapphire items deck, and this card plays perfectly into that, and I think would be a really fun inclusion and then just adds to the power level of that deck. Our first in the rare slot is the Sorcerer's Hat. Cost 2 is inkable for an item that has the ability Incredible Energy. You may exert it and pay 1 ink. Name a card, then reveal the top card of your deck. If it's the named card, put that card into your hand. Otherwise, put it on top of your deck. So this is an interesting idea in a card. It could be really fun, but then again, you could give away your entire deck. If you have the ability like Yzma, who can kind of look at the top card, then you're able to draw it easier. However, if you don't know the name of the card, you're just revealing what's coming up next and could spoil some of the plans that you potentially have. Interesting card for sure, and I think could have its place, but I'm not quite sure where yet. Our next rare is the Lamp. Cost 2, non-inkable for an item with the ability Good or Evil. Banish this item. If you have a character named Jafar in play, draw 2 cards. If you have a character named Genie in play, return chosen character with cost 4 or less to their player's hand. So pretty solid card here, allowing you to get the card draw and some bounce effects depending on the style of your deck. So I think it's a cool item that has a double ability depending on the style of play you're going for. Next, we have Treasure Guardian. Is a character costing 4, non-inkable, a 6/6 questing for 2, and additionally has the ability Who Disturbs My Slumber. This character can't challenge or quest unless it's at a location. So our first location synergy type card in Amethyst. It is a very cheap character with a lot of strength and a lot of willpower and questing for 2, and why it's so cheap is because it must be at a location to do anything. I think that's a fun way to kind of play around locations and give some perks to playing the locations as well. Our next rare is Stratus, Tornado Titan. Cost 5 is inkable for a character that's 4/4 questing for nothing. It also has Evasion and has Cyclone as an ability where you exert it, gain lore equal to the number of Titan characters you have in play. So a bunch of Titans have come out in this set, and this kind of plays into a Titan themed deck, which I think could be fun. Our next rare is Rafiki, Mystical Fighter. Cost 1 is inkable for a 0/2 questing for 1. It has Challenger 3 and the ability Ancient Skills. Whenever he challenges a hyena character, this character takes no damage from the challenge. Unfortunately, I haven't seen a lot of hyenas in play, but maybe this is kind of giving the impression that there's going to be a hyena-focused deck. So we'll just have to see how powerful it is. As of right now, not great, I would say. I mean, a 1-drop 3/2 challenger seems okay, but I think it's a very situational-based character. Our next rare is the Queen's Castle. It is the first location we have in Amethyst. It costs 4, is inkable, costs 1 to move a character there, and has 7 willpower, additionally getting 2 lore per turn. Then it has the ability using the mirror. At the start of your turn, for each character you have here, you may draw a card. So again, very well playing into the power of drawing in Amethyst. However, it doesn't work with Jafar's ability because it says at the start of your turn, and Jafar has to be exerted to get the lore gain from that. Our next rare is Ursula Sea Witch, costing 3, non-inkable, for a 3/3 questing for 1. Additionally has the ability You're Too Late. Whenever this character quests, chosen opposing character can't ready at the start of their next turn. So a freeze every single turn. Not bad. The last of our rares is the Bosses on a Roll, costing 3, is inkable for an action song. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, put any number of them on the top or the bottom of your deck in any order, gain 1 lore. I think it's a pretty solid filter and could play even into the Sorcerer's Hat and allow you to draw the cards that you really specifically want, and going 5 deep is the most we've gone deep in any of the cards so far, so I think it could be a pretty powerful filter. Now that we're in the uncommons, I'm going to go a little bit faster. So our first one is Madame Odie, costs 6 for a non-inkable, 3/6 that quests for 2. Additionally, she has the ability Listen to Your Mama Now. Whenever this character quests, you may move up to 2 damage counters from chosen character to chosen opposing character. So this is another theme we're seeing in Amethyst, where you move damage from your own characters onto your opponent's characters. Next, we have Last Ditch Effort, costs 3 for an action, where you exert chosen opposing character, then chosen character of yours gains Challenger 2 this turn. Just kind of a form of removal and strengthening your own characters to take out your opponents that you get to exert yourself, if it was a character that they themselves wouldn't probably exert. Next we have Magicka Dispel, Thieving Sorceress, costs 4, is inkable for a 3/4 that quests for 2. Additionally has the ability Telekinesis. You may exert it and return chosen item with cost equal to or less than this character's strength to its player's hand. So this again is playing into that item themed deck and works as a great shift character for your more expensive Magicka Dispel, as well as getting you some items back if you have some in your discard pile. Next we have Chernobog's Minions, costing 1, is inkable. Restless Souls is the ability for this 2/1 1 lore character. Whenever this character quests, you may banish this character to draw a card. Just free card draw, get in there, get 1 lore, banish it, draw a card. Make even this in an Amethyst Amber deck with Chernobog would be really powerful too, because you want to fill your banish pile anyway. Next we have Hydros Ice Titan, costs 3, is inkable for a 2/2 questing for 2 character. It has the ability Blizzard. You may exert it to exert chosen character, another freeze effect, and plays into the Titan theme. Next we have the Sorcerer's Tower, Wondrous Workspace, costs 3, is inkable for a location. It costs 2 to move characters there and has 7 willpower. Additionally has 2 abilities, the first of which is Broom Closet. Your character's named Magic Broom may move here for free, and Magical Power characters get +1 lore while here. So this is really pushing towards a broom themed deck, which is seeming like more of an option with each set that comes out. And this set actually, I think, released 3 or 4 different broom characters just in Amethyst. So if you make a broom focused deck, this would make a wonderful addition. Next we have Jafar Lamp Thief, costing 3, is inkable for a 2/2 character that quests for 2. Also has the ability I Am Your Master Now. When you play this character, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one on top and the other on the bottom. Pretty solid filter effect when it enters play and gives you a shift character for the bigger Jafar. Next we have Magic Broom Dancing Duster, costs 6, non-inkable for a 3/3 character questing for 1. Also has the ability Energetic Cleaning. When you play this character, if you have a sorcerer in play, exert an opposing character. Chosen character doesn't ready at the start of the next turn. So this is an ability similar to Elsa from chapter 1. It seems like a bit of an expensive character. Additionally, not being able to put it into the inkwell makes it less desirable to play. I get what they're trying to do here. I think it's just a little too expensive, but it makes sense at the uncommon slot. Next we have It Calls Me, a 1-cost inkable song that says draw a card, shuffle up to 3 cards from your opponent's discard into your opponent's deck. So it's a cheap draw spell, but it also feeds into your opponent. Early game, this would be a lot more powerful when they don't have anything in their discard, but later in the game, I think it's something you're going to just want to add into your inkwell. Next, we have the Firebird, a 4-cost character that is inkable that quests for 1. It is a 6/2 with no other abilities. Pretty solid removal, 6 damage is a lot, even at 4 cost. Next we have Iago, Pretty Polly. It's a 3 cost character that is inkable, a 3/2, questing for 1 with evasive. Next is the Queen, Hateful Rival, costing 3, is inkable for a 4/3 that quests for 1. Next is Bestow a Gift, a 1 cost action that is inkable, move 1 damage counter from chosen character to chosen opposing character, again playing into that damage moving. Diablo, Loyal Familiar, 1 cost, is inkable, 2/1 that quests for 1, also has the ability In Search of Aurora. Whenever you play a character named Maleficent, you may look at the top card of your deck, put it on either the top or the bottom of your deck. So good filter, especially with Amethyst that plays a lot of different types of Maleficent. Magic Carpet, Flying Rug, is a 2 cost character that is inkable, is a 2/1 questing for 1, has evasive and the ability Find the Way. You may exert it and move a character of yours to a location for free. So that's pretty cool. Location synergy, also really cheap at 2, and as a common, it seems pretty powerful common. We have Magic Broom, the Big Sweeper, is a 3 cost character that is inkable, is a 1/5 that quests for 1, is the ability Clean Sweep. While this character is at a location, it gets +2 strength. So it's a powerful pairing with the broom location that we just talked about. Lena Saberwing, Rebellious Teenager, is a 2 cost character that is inkable, is a 1/3 questing for 1 with Rush. Not super great Rush character as it only has 1 strength, but it's a common, so not expecting that much. Next is Magic Broom Fast Cleaner, costs 5, non-inkable for a 4/4 questing for 2 that has Rush. Additionally, the ability Clean This, Clean That. When you play this character, you may shuffle all broom characters from your discard to your deck. So not bad, especially in a broom focused deck. A little expensive at 5 and being non-inkable isn't great, but being able to rush it out and being able to get all your broom characters back could be very powerful. Forbidden Mountain, Maleficent's Castle, 2 cost location that is inkable, getting you 1 lore per turn, costs 1 to move a character there, and has 6 willpower. Hua, Pot-Bellied Buddy, is a 2 cost character that is inkable for a 2/2, questing for 2, has the ability Always There. When this character is banished, you may shuffle this card into your deck. Honestly, insanely powerful common. I think this card could go in a lot of decks. Questing for 2 and a 2/2 all for 2 and not ever lasting in the banish pile is pretty powerful. And then our last card in the Amethyst is another Magicka Dispel, Ambitious Wish, costing 2, is inkable for a 2/3, questing for 1, just a cheap Magicka Dispel to get your other one out earlier on in the game. Alright, so that is all the cards in Amethyst in Into the Floodlands. I think the biggest performers for me, or like the cards I'm most excited for in Amethyst, are going to be Jafar, Striking Illusionist. I think a lot of decks are going to play that card and build a lot around it. I'm actually really excited for the Magicka Dispel, the big one, getting a better card into the item focus. And then actually I have 2 more I would add to this. The first one being the Magic Carpet, allowing you to move characters for free, I think is going to be really powerful. And Pua seems like a great card to have in any deck, just being able to constantly replay it and never have it really stick into the banish pile. What cards are you most excited for in this set? Also, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.